Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Gabriel Santos here. And I just want to give a quick message on marijuana dependency and several aspects about it that will hopefully create clarity for you in your journey. All right. So, one of the conflicts that people experience going from someone who smokes weed all the time to someone who moderates or even quits is that the stoner is used to smoking whenever they want for whatever reason, right? And one of the great things about marijuana is that it can really turn any situation you're in, right? Specifically stressful, angry, sad situations to at least like chill, neutral situations, right? You can be relaxed, you can kind of like be optimistic, right? These are the benefits of marijuana. However, the reality the reality is that on a daily, weekly, yearly basis, we're all going to go through times when things are sad, when things are not going our way, when we're stressed. And one of the issues with smoking weed all the time is that we don't develop the actual fortitude and the emotional coping skills and other skills to deal with ourselves and the situations that life throws at us. And so then when you finally decide you need to take a break or you need to quit or what have you, you don't actually have the skills to go through life emotionally, spiritually, mentally. And the easy thing is to just smoke some weed, right? And that's when weed becomes a crutch. And it becomes a dependency when quite literally you don't know how to deal with things otherwise. And so, one of the dangers of smoking weed this way is that you literally don't create the skills required to go through adversity. You become reliant on something outside of yourself to do the work for you, right? And so, one thing to consider as you're making these shifts in your life, right? When you're putting down the vape pen, when you're deciding you're not going to smoke first thing in the morning, is to realize that you're at a place where you may or may not have the skills to deal with yourself emotionally, right? You're used to wake and baking every morning. Now that when you wake up and there's no weed to smoke, it's like, wow, I feel so irritated. Okay. And so the reason why it's important, let's say you're going on a 30-day break, right? Or a 30-day no weed challenge, whatever. Yes, it's about you being able to say, I didn't smoke for 30 days, but it's not so much about that. It's more so about you taking the time to train yourself to deal with your life and find other ways to cope, other ways to deal with your stress, other ways to make your life happy, make your life good, make your life how you want it to look and feel. Okay. And there's a time and place for marijuana, but what marijuana will never do for you is make your life truly better, right? Because if you don't like the job you work and you totally just live 9 to 5, come home, entertainment, marijuana, drink, video games, go to sleep, jack off, wake up 9 to 5 all over again, marijuana will never truly give you what you're looking for, which is probably a change of careers, a change of jobs, some type of true change in your life, right? Marijuana can help you kind of like be at ease with how it's going, but it can never permanently change the things in your life that aren't satisfying to you, right? Like if you're overweight and you don't like that, right? Marijuana doesn't change the fact that you're overweight. It may make you feel better in the moment about the sense of stress and sadness that you have over your current condition, right, current circumstance, but it won't actually make the true shift you're looking for, which is to do something about your health. And so I think what happens is, there's a time and place for marijuana, right? But I think as stoners or people who really love pot, we just come to use marijuana as this way to feel happy without actually being happy, right? It's a cheat code of sorts, but not really. It's you know? And so I think one of the things to accept is that in order to actually be more happy in my life, I have to look at the things in my life that don't make me happy. And I have to look internally, right? What are the things about myself that I'm insecure about or critical about or judgmental about? And I actually have to take the time to do the inner work to shift those things. And that takes way more time and effort than just smoking a joint, right? But as you and I both know, you can smoke joints every day for a year and nothing truly changes. And you feel good for the moment in the day, but then we all know in the back of our minds every night, it's like, man, I really want to make some type of true change. And so consider that this is in addition to in addition to being less dependent on marijuana, what you want is to be more dependent on yourself to make the changes you want in your life, right? And that you want to look yourself in the mirror and actually like what you see and feel good about what you see and make the changes that you want to make. And to also just like look at yourself and feel proud about the way you conduct yourself, right? Like, look, no one really feels good if they've eaten like fast food every day for years. Most people, I would assume, because that's like not really, that's like kind of low level behavior. It's like, man, I'm kind of letting myself indulge, and as a result let my health slip away. And it's hard to look yourself in the mirror knowing that that's what you do on a daily basis and feel proud, because you know that this is not really the best of you, best of me. And so I think what happens is, it's not so much that pot is good or bad, it's that we know we're choosing to smoke marijuana as opposed to deal with ourselves, deal with our lives. And one of the kind of tough pills to swallow, if you will, it's like, man, you really do have to smoke less pot and do more with yourself and your life instead. And on the one hand, that's true, and on the other hand, like, it's like, dang it, I really wish I could just smoke the pot and not have to do anything else. But also consider that deep down you do. Like, deep down you do want to face yourself and make those changes. You do want to face the adversity in your life and overcome, because that's called growth. And so as much as you feel the pain of having to put more effort and having to actually try and be better, that's also what you dream of. Overcoming things, being better, not faltering to patterns and behaviors that are good short term but really kind of suck your soul down. And so, like, as you make this transition, just understand that part of this transition is smoking less weed to feel good, and actually finding other ways to feel good. And also just accepting, like, sometimes you don't feel good. Sometimes you don't feel good. You know? And I won't lie, sometimes you need to pick me up, a candy bar, fast food, weed, Netflix, sex, right? Sometimes you need to pick me up, but there's a difference between feeling really down and needing a pick-me-up and like just kind of waking up kind of off. And you can't just run away to things just because you feel a little off. Look, you feel off. Billions of people wake up feeling off every day. Figure it out. Don't just run to weed because you can't handle the feeling. And I get it, it's uncomfortable, but that's what building emotional resilience is all about. And it is difficult to build emotional resilience if you keep running to a drug to help you deal with your emotion. If anything, there's no resiliency there, right? Because the emotion you're running away from is still there. You're just masking it with the coat of happiness from marijuana. But what I've learned in my journey is that there, at least for me, there was tons of emotion to process that I was stuffing down with marijuana. And so marijuana is not good for handling those emotions if you really want to handle them. You know, and you have to be willing to go there. And many of you are and can, like, more than ready to do that. And so marijuana has a time and place, but consider that for many of us, it's not that often. And that consider for many of us, we really want to just have the emotional and mental fortitude to just face our lives and overcome on our own. That's what we really want, to face our lives and overcome on our own. Right? So that's it for today. Not sure if I'll be posting videos this weekend. If I do, look forward to those. If not, we will be posting next Monday. I'm actually toying around with the idea of posting every day on the weekdays, just because, you know, that's kind of the vibe right now. But yeah, hopefully this video brought you some value. Hopefully there's something you learned. If you did learn something, please share in the comments down below. And feel free to leave any other messages or thoughts you have on the subject, or just anything you want to share about yourself and what's going on with you. As always, I appreciate you all so much. Shout out Dodgers. Shout out haircut. All right. And hey, as one final thing to leave you for the weekend, see if, you know, clean your room. Clean your rooms, you know, organize an area of your room, make a shift in your room, your bedroom or your office, or just some place in your house. Maybe clean your car and just make some shifts, right? And so that's it. Appreciate you all, love you all, and until the next video, I'll see you guys soon. Peace.